Welcome to JVS exclusive New York Comic Con, as we are here to talk about The Servant, the new television show for M. Night Shyamalan is debuting on Apple TV. Couple of tidbits that were dropped at the panel discussion for The Servant. First things first, the show will drop on Thanksgiving Day 2019, which is November the 28th for you all who did not know. On that day, Apple TV will drop supposedly all 10 of these episodes. Another thing about The Servant, it's 10 episodes, but it's 10 30-minute episodes because M. Night felt that this could be something different for this genre, to give you 30-minute episodes besides giving you hour episodes. How's that going to work out? I can't begin to tell you, but it's an interesting enough premise to even do it that way. So I'm kind of intrigued enough to watch it. So let's get into the sneak peek trailer that they showed that M. Night said will not be revealed to the public for at least another 3 to 4 weeks. So it'll be about a month before you all can see the trailer that we had the pleasure of seeing. So we're going to do a quick little trailer breakdown since you all can't see it. First things first, the trailer opens up with a married couple played by, again, I'm looking at notes while I look down, so don't jump on me for looking down at the camera. I'm not saying I just do this from time to time. So the couple was played by Toby Cabell and Lauren Ambrose. They played a couple of the Turners on the show. We're introduced to them. We see them with their baby, and we see the mom hiring a nanny for the baby. She hires this nanny played by Neil Free, who seems creepy from the moment she gets on the screen. The nanny comes in. We see the nanny interact with the baby. We see the parents give the nanny directions on how to take care of the baby. The trailer moves really quickly to the father standing over his baby's crib and him picking up the baby by one leg. At that point, we're thinking, one, is he about to eat the baby, or what's going on here? But at that point, it's revealed that the baby is a doll. And in the trailer, they revealed that this couple has lost their child, and they replaced their child with a doll as a coping mechanism for the wife to help her with her grief and move on from it. But she becomes obsessed with the doll, treating the doll exactly like her baby, and in turn hires this nanny who, according to the trailer, something's going on with this nanny. Between the creepy looks, the creepy feels, between we hear someone say, "Do you know who you let in your house?" as they're talking about the nanny, to Rupert Grint from Harry Potter fame, Mr. Ron Weasley himself. He looks sinister also in here, as he's the friend of Mr. Turner on the show. So he just also, I guess, doesn't trust the nanny. The whole thing is the nanny clearly is a servant or some evil servant. No one knows. But the trailer is amazing. I tried to give it as much justice as I could, but I don't know what to say. It's an M. Night Shyamalan trailer. I mean, when have you seen a bad? Besides Lady in the Water, when have you seen a bad M. Night Shyamalan trailer? This is the same way. It is perfectly shot. It intrigues you enough. My only issue is they gave away way too much with the baby reveal and the premise that makes me question, how can this show survive as M. Night wants it to for 60 episodes over 6 years? That's a very big scope to have for a show of this nature. So I don't know how it's going to work. I'm a little intrigued because the 30-minute format. I'm also intrigued because the trailer looks amazing. And the actors look like they're giving it their all in it. Again, for people who don't know, Mr. M. Night did not write or direct anything. He's technically a producer. So why it says M. Night Shyamalan's The Servant, it should say M. Night Shyamalan presents The Servant. I don't know why it doesn't. Hey man, we can't call those things into question because I'm guessing his name sells, so that's the way they decided to do it. Tony Basgallop is the writer, director, creator of this show. The cool part that they brought out when they were talking about this show is that he wrote and directed every episode of the first season. So you don't have that breakup when you bring in different voices, different ideas to a show. You have one consistent voice for the entire first season. And to me, that was a saving grace, because the premise, while interesting, I don't know if you could stretch it over 10 episodes, even if it's just 10, 30-minute episodes. That's still the hard premise to capture. So again, that's my thoughts. This has been JVS with another Comic-Con exclusive, The Servant, M. Night Shyamalan, or Shammy Sham. It just depends which way you want to call his name. Peace.
Hey out there, YouTube. This is Sam2, aka Wild Moose 6. I just got back from the trailer reveal for Servant, Apple Plus's new show for their new subscription streaming service. It's been a long day. For those who don't know, it's produced by M. Night Shyamalan. This is the guy who directed The Sixth Sense, also Unbreakable, Glass, as well as Split. He's kind of known for doing stuff that involves plot twists. That's kind of his bread and butter. First impressions, I guess since this is a reaction. Number one, the trailer was stellar. I was amazed by it, put on edge by it. It was everything that you could hope to do in a trailer. As for reaction to what I heard in the interview, M. Night was very, very, very... he kept repeating 6 years, 6 years, 6 years, 6 years. They want this to be a long story piece. They want to tell it over a period of time. And so they really are hoping that it lasts a long time. It's not just a quick flash in the pan. He wants something that people are interested in, or interested in to stay with for a long time. Something that you can't, and he used this example himself, that it's something that you can't just like hold your laptop on your lap and type away while watching it. Something that means something that changes you, that impacts you. So stay tuned. I'm not certain when they're going to reveal the trailer, but the show debuts the 28th of November, right on Thanksgiving Day. And they have the table decorated with a large and epic Thanksgiving meal to kind of highlight that fact. They use a mixture of actors that you've heard of and actors that you haven't heard of. One of them was in Harry Potter. I forget what the others were from, but it looks like a very interesting cast. So my reactions, I don't really know how the show is going to go. It seems like it could be really, really successful, but it's high risk, high reward is basically what it is. They're having a very unique kind of setting. The entire story is going to take place only in one location. And while that might seem like, oh, that's weird, but you have to remember with that, you can flash forward, you can do flashback, you can have people change hair, you can have alternate people living in the house. Like, there are a lot of different things that you can do. So it's not really it's challenging, but it is not something that's impossible to do. But it's definitely something that I think, it's a story that I think is really going to be to most appeal to people who like to storytell. It's a story for storytellers, rather than a story that's made accessible necessarily to the general populace. I think anybody can probably. I guess I don't want to like say that people want to enjoy it, because the trail looks incredible. But I think that it's something that is designed to really probe the mind, to challenge, it's a very it feels like Apple, I guess you could say. It feels like Apple. Apple kind of has like this kind of undercurrent vibe of kind of being like, we're innovative and a little bit edgy, and it kind of feels kind of like that in some ways. Not necessarily tone ways, but it takes the same kind of risks that are Apple-y kind of risks. And so I think it could be something that's very, very interesting. I just don't know. That's ultimately what other people are going to decide. But I would definitely be interested in seeing a couple of episodes. And I personally don't really like thriller/horror. I personally just, I'm not somebody who really likes to be scared. I think like there's enough to worry about without me like watching something that's gonna like keep me up late at night. So, but that's my reaction to it. I guess my quick reaction. But in addition, we'll be able to hopefully we'll be able to put some of the recording from the panel up because video was discouraged by get some audio. Um, but obviously to respect them and everything, we won't do it before they actually do their stuff that they need to get done too. So it would come out. I think they're dropping the trailer next Tuesday. No, I think that's a different thing. Anyway, but wait a little bit for before we start to work with any of that audio. But yeah, it was really really cool. I liked in the panel just getting to hear him talk about his vision for storytelling and what he hopes to accomplish and such. It really helped me to refine, I think, what I'm hoping to accomplish in storytelling, because I've been storytelling my whole life, but finding my voice, finding my niche. All this it was really really encouraging just getting to hear him talk. So anyway, stay tuned.